say, well, America must be superpower, you're going to create disorder. So then next question, sir, from that arises, which is, it is necessary to inquire, can the mind observe without time, without memory, which is the material of the mind? Memory and time is the material of the mind. Can it observe without those two elements, time and memory? Because if it observes with memory, the memory is the center, the me, right? And time is the me also. Time is being the evolution of the brain cells as evolving, becoming all the rest. So can the mind observe without memory and time? Which is only possible when the mind is completely still. And they recognize, the traditional people recognize this. So they say, we must practice in order to be silent. To control your mind, you know, the tricks they play.
I don't see any particular importance in the making emphasis on the stillness of the mind, particularly true, because if one is able to see the non-dualistic way of looking at situations, then you have a further energy to flow out, rather than
you
trying
can
to create
only
a
have
stillness.
further energy to flow, greater energy, when the mind is quiet, obviously.
But the making emphasis on the stillness is...
No. We said to observe disorder, the me with its memories, with its structure of time must not be. Then in that quality there is a quietness of the mind which observes. That stillness is not an acquired, practiced thing. It comes naturally when you have order. You see, sir, after all, what one can do is to point out and help the person to go to the door. It's for him to open the door. You can't do any more than that. And this whole idea of wanting to help people, wanting to, you know, you become a do-gooder. And a do-gooder is not a religious man at all. Should we go on with this?
I think so. There's a further things can be quite clarified is the when you make emphasis on the absolute peace.
I said, sir, complete order is complete quietness of the mind. Quietness of the mind is the most active mind.
That's what I want you to say.
It is the most dynamic thing. It isn't just a dead thing.
Well, people could misunderstand.
Because they're only used to practice which will help them to become, that is death. But a mind that has gone, inquired into all this way, becomes extraordinarily active and therefore quiet.
That's what I mean, yes.
It's like a great dynamo. The greater the speed, the most vitality. Of course, the man, I don't know, is seeking more energy. He wants more energy to go to the moon, to go and live under the sea. You follow? He's striving to have more and more and more. And I think this search for more does lead to disorder. Consumer society is a disorderly society. You see, the other day I saw in some place a paper tissue, Kleenex, which is all beautifully decorated. So, our question is, does the observation of disorder bring order? That's really a very important point, because for us, for most people, effort is demanded in bringing about order. Because human beings are used to effort, struggle, fight, suppress, force oneself. Now, all that has led to disorder, socially, outwardly and inwardly. Right? And the difficulty with human beings is that they've never observed. They've never observed a tree, a bird, without division. Since they've never observed totally a tree or a bird, they can't observe themselves totally. They can't see the total disorder in which one lives. There is always an idea, partially, there is somewhere in me there is order which is looking at disorder. You follow what I mean? So they invent the higher self, which will put order, which will bring about order in disorder. God is in you, and pray to that God, He will bring about this order. Always this effort. What we are saying is that where there is the me, there must be disorder. And if I look at the world through the me, the world outside or the world inside, there is not only division which brings conflict, that division creates chaos in the world, disorder in the world. Now, to observe all that totally, in which there is no division, this observation is meditation. For that you don't have to practice. All that you have to do is to be aware what exactly is going on inside and outside. Just to be aware. Is that enough? Is that enough? It's enough, isn't it?
I think we have
That's enough, isn't it?